this is Toronto Mod Shop. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to install new window winders onto cars with manual windows. This is the old one. It's nice. It used to be grey, but I sprayed it with duplicate color vinyl dye to make it black to match the door. But the red billet aluminum ones look better, so I'm going to show you guys how to install these. It's a universal kit, so it does take a little bit of modification to the adapter, but I'll show you guys how to do that too. Alright, so let's jump out and take a look at how the door looks with this one and with this, and then I'll walk you through the process. This is what it looks like with the original window winder, the black one that was painted to match the door. It looks good. It works. It's a little bit wobbly, but I like it, but the red one looks better because it matches the switches that are going inside, so this is what it looks like before. Doing the one took me about, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes to install from start to finish, so it's not long, half an hour to do both. $15 like I said to buy, and I think it looks good, and they're not as loose as the plastic ones, because I showed you before that it was wiggly. Alright, so now let's jump out and show you guys step by step. Before we start, I'm going to show you what we're going to need. First thing we're going to need is obviously your new window winders with your adapters. These fit a lot of cars, like there's circle, square, some star pattern, that's one I used. That was the biggest one, but the one that's on the car right now I had to grind out completely on the inside. You'll see that when we get to that step. Next thing you're going to need is a file to file out inside the adapter. This is to hold it when you're using the rotary tool. You're going to need a rotary tool with a little sanding cylinder, as well as this little grinding piece. Screwdriver in my case is all I need to take the winder off. Like I said, that's to hold it, because when you're grinding it with this, it gets really, really hot and it'll actually burn your hands. Knife I used because when I was gripping the adapter in this, like this, in there, something like that, I'll show you guys when we get there, but I didn't want to scratch the outside of it, so I wrapped it in duct tape, and then because of the heat, the adhesive stuck to it, so I had to cut off the adhesive. You need this, so you can measure the diameter of your peg that it goes onto, which in my case is 0.45, 0.47-ish. So I made this a 0.48 to 0.49-ish. That way it goes on, and then it's tightened on. The most important thing you're going to need is safety glasses, so that little aluminum pieces don't fly into your eyes, and gloves so you don't burn yourself while handling the hot aluminum adapter. Alright, so let's move on to disassembly. Now that you've gotten everything you need is disassemble. So in my case, it's very easy. All I gotta do, take that plastic piece off, and then unscrew, and that should be off. Nope. There we go. There's the back piece that goes on first, and here's the winder with the screw, and that's how it looks like. What you're going to want to do is look at the 4 adapters, which I will show you. This sort of star patterned one, this longer one, there's a circle one, and a square. What you're going to want to do is try all those on your peg and see which one fits the best. In my case, it's the star one, because it's the biggest, because this here is, like I said, about 0.45 of an inch, just about half an inch, and this is 0.42, I believe, or 0.43. So if I grind this out to where the bevel is, then it's about 0.49, and then it slides on and it can be tightened on with a little lock screw. Alright, so first, like I said, pick the one that fits the best, and then move on to modifying it if you have to. If not, then you can skip the next few steps. Alright, so let's go modify my adapter. Before you start using any of these tools can hurt you. I've been hit with that before in the finger without gloves, and it does hurt. And that, it all hurts your fingers, so I recommend wearing a good pair of gloves, that way you don't hurt yourself. Alright, start. Before you start modifying, first thing you're going to want to do is put your adapter into a vice grip plier like this, carefully, without scratching it. If you're scared you're going to scratch it, wrap the adapter outside with duct tape or masking tape. Next, what you're going to want to do is you can use either a rat tail file, use this little grinding piece, pretty much any type of grinding piece that you can use that's for metal, or this sanding piece, and stick it in there and try to round that out. Or you can use all three. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is hit it with this. The first one I did, I used the rat tail file, then this one, then this, but this seems to work well, so I'm going to use just this and try and see how far I can get it. Now that I've hit it with this a little bit, I just wanted to warn you guys, when you're using this, to be careful. This is a new sanding piece, the one that was on there. I was grinding this out, and it literally just flew up and hit me. So, be very careful. It's a good thing I was wearing my glasses and my goggles. Sorry, glasses and gloves. So, or else that might hit me in the eye. So, warning for you, be careful. So now let's continue. Try and get that round. Relatively round. Cleaned up on the inside. This is the step where you're going to be fine-tuning and perfecting it. I use this. Right now I measured and that won't fit, so what I'm going to do is grind it out a little bit more, measure it. When it starts to get close to the right measurement, I'll take it over to the car and try and fit it on the little peg. If it doesn't fit, come back, grind it more, measure, check, and keep going until you get the right size, until it fits. So I'm going to get it ready so that it fits. You guys do the same. I'll see you guys at the car. So, the adapter is done. It fits on. Did a second ago. It's on backwards. There we go. But point is, it fits on. So now what you want to do is put the cap screw in here, or the lock screw. Tighten it with the Allen key, and then take your winder over to the bench and take out the adapter that comes inside with the 3 little screws. Alright, so let's go over to the bench and do that. So I filed this out a little bit more so that it's not as snug, because it was hard to get on, hard to get off there, so I just hit it a little bit with this, since my Dremel piece keeps falling off from the heat, so I'll have to get a new one of those, but whatever, that's done. Now it's time to take this off. There's a supplied Allen key. So what you're going to want to do is release the 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Take this out, and then we'll go from there. You loosened your 3 screws, took them out. Get this out of here, that used to be in there. Now what you're going to want to do before you go over to the car is start those in each of the holes, but make sure they're not poking through at the end, because you see that they're pointy. That's so that they bite in to the outside of this, because this is going to be biting into the peg on the door. So tighten those in so that they're not sticking out. Got those 3 little lock screws started. You're going to want to grab your winder, your adapter, and your Allen key, and head over to the car. First thing, take your adapter, put it on. It's backwards. Goes better this way. Push it on like that, but not too far in. Basically push it in so that this thing, the winder, can still go fully onto it without having to push too hard. So once that's in the position you like it, take your Allen key and tighten the 1 lock screw to tighten that on and keep it there. Once that's snugged on, the next thing you're going to want to do, sorry, there's a bug in my car, is take your winder, position it how you want it. In my case, I'm positioning it like the other one, so pretty much straight down like that when it's fully closed. And then tighten the 3 little lock screws. It looks like when it's done. Just give you guys a quick look with light, so you can see it against the black. I think it looks good. Backwards. Gives a nice little pop of color to the door. And most importantly, it works. And it's old car, it's a little bit tight. There you go. It works. Like I said, 15 bucks on eBay. About half an hour to do. Took me about 45 minutes to an hour because I had to stop and film a bunch of things. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. If you followed me this far, you installed some cool window winders, or at least learned how. Alright, so good luck with your install, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.